a farmer's family, that means they are poor. He came from a poor family and they have 8 children. Out of eight children, he is second child to them. Then by the age of 7, he started reading himself, he started solving mathematics also by the age of 7. Okay. So at the age of 7, he encountered something about light. What is light? The science of light. So do you remember Newton? Newton said that the light travels in the form of waves. Do you remember? And Albert Einstein said light has photons, particles. Photons or particles, right? Both of them are true. Either light can be in the waves or particles. Particles, photons, waves, energy. That's why light is also called as a dual nature. Okay, wave particle duality, they used to say. Obviously, light has a tremendous factors. One of the important thing about light is by bending light properly, we can focus light onto a specimen, and we through objective lens we got microscopy simply. Microscopy is possible because of understanding of light. Am I correct? That is what Attuluri Cook did. That is what Robert Cook did. That is what the great scientists did. So this coming to Attuluri Cook, Anton discovered the microscope in 1600s, but I am discussing about a story that is 1900 story. So by the time of 1900s, already everything has been established in the field of physics. And then what happened is really interesting. There are few properties of light. Can anyone tell properties of light? If light transmits like this light is called as transmitted light. If some of the light absorbed in this prism, that will be absorbed light. Some of the light will be bounced back. This light is called as reflected light. Then some light will be, after hitting here, it will scatter. This is called as scattered light, right? Scattered light, transmitted light, absorbed light, reflected light. Any more? Yeah. One more is from sun. Whatever light we are getting, this is an unpolarized light. Unpolarized light. Okay. Now the sunlight hit a mirror. From this mirror we are getting a bounce back light. This light is called as polarized light. Polarized light. So there are multiple types of lights actually based on its properties. Okay. Then what this scientist started working on, this child. By the age of 7, he started understanding about scattered light. Scattered light. Okay. He started giving derivations, is mathematically calculating the light properties. Keep in mind, this is 100 years ago. No one is interested in science, but this child was so fascinated with light properties. He's trying to understand the equations, the mathematical probabilities of light scattering. And he understood a really interesting thing. I will tell here other things. By the age of 11, he was passed his 10th exam. By the age of 13, he was graduated with BSc. Okay, he got undergraduate degree by the age of 13. You just see how brilliant he is. And very interestingly, by the age of 14, he got his master's degree. And by the age of 17, he is a complete associate professor with PhD. See, by the age of 17, he accomplished everything. So by seeing his academic brilliance, his teachers, what they did, they sent him to England to Royal Society. So there he started understanding the very depth analysis of unsolved mysteries in science. There he started working on scattering of light again, and he understood there is one particular scattering of light where the scattered light has some energy. A red light, some of the light has been absorbed and some green light was scattered. Green light scattered back. Then, by understanding the scattering effect, he imagined a known shape on the surface, a known shape Then he started calculating what refracted light this shape will give. He kept blue light and he got the red and orange light. Then he understood, okay, this shape giving me these two colors. This shape gave me these two colors. That means if I observe these two colors as a reflected light, a scattered light, that indicates this is the possible shape. So he is reverse engineering. He measuring colors and he is guessing the shape of the surface. This has a tremendous applications. Why? Because with this concept we can able to measure the shapes of molecules, glucose, DNA, ribosomes, subcellular molecule shape can be understood by going, by understanding the scattered light, by measuring the scattered light. This concept is called as, I will tell the name later. Parallel, his famous contribution is the well-known question, why the sky is blue? Why sunset is in orange? You know these things, right? Why sky is blue? Because the sunlight hitting O3 molecules in the atmosphere and O3 molecules scatter the light and the wavelength of scattered light is blue. That's why sky is blue. And this phenomenon observed along with this scientist, and there is one more scientist, Ray phenomenon. Ray scientist. So they both came to know that why sky is blue and sunset is red. So then they started understanding the applications of this scattering effect. They started using this in the medicine, and eventually we came to know the ribosome structure. We came to know the very nature of life, the DNA. The structure of DNA we understood with the help of this scattering light, measuring the scattered light. Okay, and by seeing these contributions, this scientist has awarded by the age of 32. He is one of the youngest scientists to receive Nobel Prize in physics, and he is from India. This is India's first Nobel Prize from the field of science. Okay. So entire nation is proud, and he wrote a book. In that book he said that he discovered this phenomenon on the day of February 28 in 1903 or somewhere. So this day, the day where he discovered this phenomenon leading to Nobel Prize, this day is celebrated as a Indian Science Day, National Science Day in India. And today is February 28, and that's why we are celebrating National Science Day. By the way, do you know who is this child? His name is C.V. Raman. So C.V. Raman has discovered this Raman effect. This scattering effect is called as Raman effect. Because of Raman effect, fluorescing microscopy is possible. Because of Raman effect, polarizing microscopy is possible. All types of microscopes you are studying in your syllabus. The roots of those microscopy is in understanding the scattered light, and that groundbreaking, fundamentals was given by this scientist. So he deserves this, his recognition. That's why we are celebrating National Science Day, and that's why we are doing these science projects in the ground floor today. So that is a tremendous contributions by this scientist. So with Raman, what is that spirit? We will study about microscopy. Okay. So what they are doing is every year they are coming with a theme of celebrating this science day. And this year the theme is Vikasit Bharat. Vikasit Bharat with indigenous knowledge. Indigenous knowledge. That means with localized knowledge, how we can transform India. That is the theme of this one. So localized knowledge, in a sense, I can say the technology we have at local level, maybe pot making or the traditional knowledge. So that is a major theme, but I don't know whether we are following this theme in the project or not. But this year theme is indigenous knowledge, Vikasit Bharat. Okay, yeah. This is all about National Science Day. Now it is clear that why we are celebrating today as a National Science Day. And there is one more interesting thing about the 2024. Usually February should have how many days? 28 days, right? But this year we have 29 days. Why? It's a leap year actually. 2024 is a leap year. Okay. So it's a special year, and in this special year you are in CU or you are in India. So be proud to be at this time in India. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Then we'll go into other things. Let me stop this report.